Famcast Media, bitch.
This is a pretty sad story. Good evening, demons and demonesses. Kwame Wahkan here, and I'm also here with my daughter. Yeah, as you can see, my daughter wanted to join me on this broadcast tonight. Now, this story is about, someone that I'm a big fan of. Now, to those that have, followed skateboarding in, the late 90s and the early 2000s, the name Bam Margera might mean something to you. Now, he means a lot to me because, as a kid, I was a big fan of the Tony Hawk series. I played the first 2 games, and I think in the 3rd game, I was really hyped about that because that game, it changed the whole dynamic of the Tony Hawk franchise. We were able to perform new tricks. They also added a few new skaters, and one of those few new skaters that they added was Bam Margera. Now, he's been featured in every other Tony Hawk game since then, and not only is he known for skateboarding, but he's also known for doing wild stunts. If you ever saw Jackass, he was in the Jackass franchise. Now, another thing that he was also involved in was the band Him. Now, he wasn't an actual member, but he was a big fan. Now, he wasn't an actual member of the band, but what he did do was he decided to put the Hymns pentagram, which is basically a 5-pointed, the 5-point pentagram, but instead of, stars, it's made out of hearts. So he put that symbol on his skateboard and he would skate around with it. And, instead of the band saying, hey, you're using our symbol without our permission, the band basically took it as free promotion. They pretty much invited him to all of their shows. I think they allowed him to, help film some of their music videos. So that was pretty wholesome of them to do something like that. Now, he's been going through a lot of ups and downs all throughout his life. And just recently, he's issued an arrest warrant for, I think, domestic assault. I have a news clip for you, so I'm going to play that and let you guys view that.
Tonight, Pennsylvania State Police are searching for Bam Margera. The stunt performer and former reality TV star is on the run, they say, after an altercation at his Chester County home where they say he threatened to kill members of his family. Action News reporter John Paul is working the story.
John Paul is working the story with the details. John.
Yeah, Rick Shari. So Pennsylvania State Police, they're asking for help finding Bam Margera tonight. He was last seen on Sunday morning. He's accused of assaulting family members at his Chester County home and then running off into the woods. This is the criminal complaint filed on Sunday, accusing Brandon Margera, known as Bam, of assault, making terroristic threats, and harassment. It happened at this sprawling estate known as Castle Bam on Hickory Hill Road in Pocopson Township in Chester County. It says on Sunday his brother Jesse Margera woke up to Bam banging and kicking his bedroom door before finding a handwritten note threatening him. The complaint says Bam later attacked him in the kitchen of the home, punching and striking him in the face and body. After the attack, according to the affidavit, he said, "I'll kill you. I'll put a bullet in your head." It also says he threatened to kill the other 3 people in the house, including his dad, Philip, before he ran into the woods. State police searched the wooded area around his home, but couldn't find him. The former star of a hit reality stunt show on MTV and professional skateboarder is no stranger to trouble. On March 29th, he was arrested outside of a restaurant in Burbank for public intoxication, and earlier in March, he was arrested for domestic assault.
It's sad. I wish the best for him.
Skaters in Westchester have followed the struggles of Bam Margera, concerned for the person who helped build the skate scene here.
Growing up in the area, all my friends, some of my friends know him and stuff, but yeah, I just wish the best for him. The guys who skate a lot are cool with him. They skate at his castle and stuff.
Now, Pennsylvania State Police are not making any comment on this tonight. They are still searching for him now. Live in Westchester, John Paul, Channel 6 Action News. Rick?
John, thank you.
I swear, Bam Margera, he really went out sad. This is really disappointing to me because, like I said, I was a big fan of his. A lot of other skaters I know were fans of his. Believe it or not, yes, I did used to skate back in the day. And like I said, Bam Margera was a major part of my childhood. So, seeing him go downhill like this, it's really, it really breaks my heart. Now, from what I'm understanding is that, he's the reason why, he went down so hard is because of the death of Ryan Dunn, which happened, I think it was 2010 or 2011. I'm not exactly sure. And, he's been grieving ever since. He turned to alcohol. Apparently, this is based on one of his friends. Apparently, he's on the run and he's high on methamphetamine. So alcohol, methamphetamine, those are two things that, just simply don't mix. I mean, technically, meth isn't good either way. He's had a history of, public intoxication. He has a history of, assaulting people. And the way I see it, this is a man that desperately needs help. And the thing is, Bam Margera isn't even that old. He's only, I think, 44 years old. So, I think at this point, the only way he's going to ever get help right now is for him to be put unfortunately, in jail right now. I don't think he's willing to, to go into rehab or anything like that. Like I said, like the news reporter said, he even threatened his father and his brother. So, I mean, it's one thing, if you threaten, a friend or someone else. It's another thing, if, you threaten your family members, because your family is supposed to always have your back. But when you do some shit like this, it just turns your family away from you. So, like I said, the only way I can see Bam Margera ever getting help is for him to be put in jail. That way, he's not going to be using any meth in jail. He's not going to be drinking any alcohol in jail. Well, hopefully. But it's going to be a tough road for Bam Margera, because the withdrawal symptoms, him trying to clean up and get sober. I mean, I don't think it's going to do too much damage. At the end of the day, there's still time for him to turn his life around. And I'm not going to give up on Bam Margera like that. Like I said, I'm a big fan of his. A lot of other people I grew up with are also big fans of his. And like I said, technically, Chester, Pennsylvania isn't even that far from here. So, yeah, he's technically a local celebrity. So, I don't want to see a guy like that go down, especially since he was a major part of my childhood and everyone else. I think without the Tony Hawk games, I don't think either of us would be the type of people we are today. And also, I don't think it would shape my, taste of music. So many metalheads and punks I know say, hey, I got into metal and punk because of the Tony Hawk games. And I'm like, I kind of agree. The other day I was playing, I think, Psycho Vision by Suicidal Tendencies. And a couple of my coworkers were like, yeah, I heard this song on Tony Hawk. And I'm like, yeah, that's what kind of introduced me to Suicidal Tendencies. But back on topic, like I said, he's 44 years old. It's never too late. I mean, he's 44 years old. It's not entirely too late for him. I think the police said that if he is arrested, he's facing at least 5 years in prison. So that's going to be 5 years for him to get his life, turn his life around. Maybe, hopefully, even, if he's a model prisoner, he has good behavior, he might get released early. I mean, here's the hoping, Like I said, I don't want to see a guy like Bam Margera, go down this route where he does something crazy and stupid and he ends up hurting himself or hurting someone else or, something even worse. All I can really say is that I hope Bam Margera turns himself into the police. He gets all this stuff straightened out and, he decides to, sober up and clean up. This isn't something that he or any of his other fans want him to be remembered for. Wherever he's at, I just really hope the best for him, and like I said, I hope he gets the help that he needs, and I hope he cooperates with the police to get all this stuff straightened out. But that's pretty much all I have to say about this. You guys stay safe, stay metal, hell Satan, don't do drugs, and have a good one.